Good morning, Soul Fam, my galactic soul family, my light warriors, light workers, my light fam. How are you today? Today is May 29th. It's Friday. It is cloudy. We're supposed to have thunderstorms all day long here in New York. Got my Dunkin' and my water. I got them both. I am prepared for a very stressful, crazy day at work. We opened last week for takeouts only. Friday nights are usually our very busy night. Everybody loves the fish fry. Oh, I love this song. And we have barely any employees. So oh my gosh, and the couple that we do have that stayed are so brand new that they didn't really get the training, so it's just challenging. So talking about challenges, today is the first quarter moon. So any of you guys out there that are watching or listening to this video, if you released something during the last moon cycle that we had, the dark moon, the new moon, if you released something, you may come across a few challenges today, a few hurdles, a few hiccups along your path today. So if you are, for instance, maybe you're quitting smoking, maybe you're quitting drinking, maybe you are recently, going through a divorce or a breakup of some kind, and it's been difficult on you, and then you finally, that last moon cycle, you finally released it, you accepted it, and you started to move on. Well, today is going to be a day of challenges, and don't let these challenges take you 2 steps backwards, okay? So just be aware that today is a day of challenge. Like today is, you could kind of look at it as like a chapter test, like the end of a chapter. Now here's your test to see, if you need to study more, if you need to, or if you're ready for the next level. So don't let these challenges, these hurdles knock you down, knock you off your path, knock you off the wagon, and just keep focused. Set those affirmations, whatever affirmations that you set for yourself, keep reciting them, keep reading them, have an awareness, around them. If you have to write them on sticky notes, stick them on your steering wheel, your dashboard, your refrigerator, your mirror in the bathroom. I mean, if you even got to write it on the palm of your hand, or write it and stick it in your bra if you don't have pockets, or stick it in your pocket or your sock to, randomly just take it out and look at it and read it every once in a while, do it, okay? Because today is a day of challenges, and I'm ready for these challenges. I'm ready to take them on. I'm fierce. Today I'm ready. I even dressed to be fierce. I even wore my heels today. I haven't worn heels in a while. They're really not even heels. My platform shoes. Who else drives barefoot? Only me when I'm wearing heels. I take them off. Not that I cannot drive with heels. I can. I don't like to. I like to be able to feel the pedal. In my heels, I can't. Definitely in those platforms, I can't feel the pedals. So today, I don't know, I'm dressed like a powerful giant. That's how I feel. Because I'm definitely already the tallest person at work, and now I have these huge platforms that I'm going to wear, so I'm going to be walking around like this Amazon giant. Just walking around. Glowing, because I'm a light worker. I'm a warrior. And so I'm going to go into battle and overcome these challenges today, no matter what comes at me. Last week, you would have thought last week would have been the day of hurdles and challenges. Last week I had some guy, I'm not going to say his name because I don't know who watches my videos. They might, be like, yo, Gabby was talking about you. But we'll say this guy's name is Paul. It wasn't Paul, but for the sake of privacy, we'll say this guy's name is Paul. So Paul was upset because Paul's order was not ready when he was told it was going to be ready. For those of you that have ever worked in the restaurant business know the challenges that you face when it's super extra busy and you're short-staffed. Now add a pandemic to it, okay? So Paul was pissed that his food didn't come out when it was supposed to. Apparently Paul put an order in and left his order on the voicemail, which Paul was told not to do because we were not checking voicemail messages. So he just assumed that we do and that we would check the message. So long story short, Paul's food didn't come out when Paul thought it was supposed to come out. And we don't let people into the restaurant because we're only in phase 1. We're close to the public. It's curbside pickup only. Paul comes in. Paul yells his title. I'm Paul. I am the blah, 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 blah of blah, blah, blah. And I want my food now. Well, Paul, I am very sorry that happened to you. And I am very sorry. Because I like everything to be on point. Don't give me that shit. Now Paul's swearing at me. Paul's treating me like shit. I know Paul's projecting. So I'm calm and I'm cool. Everybody else is like, oh my God, Paul's yelling at you. And I'm like, let Paul yell. Let Paul purge. Paul needs to purge. I'd rather have Paul purge with me because it's like I'm there. I'm like that midwife that can rub his back and be like, it's going to be okay, Paul. But Paul insisted to be like, I'm Lord Paul and I want my food now. I just realized I'm using Paul's name. I am so sorry. That was unintentional. You know who you are. I ain't going to give out your nickname. I don't know why that name came to my mind. Oh, I'm so embarrassed right now. But anyways, so sorry. Anyways, the joke of at work now is, and I walk around and I say his real name. Not to the employees or anything, but to like the owners because they were there when Lord Paul called and yelled out his status, his title. He was so entitled. It was like crazy. So, I don't know if I calmed Paul down or not, but I did get him off the phone. And when we hung up the phone, well, he hung up on me. He actually hung up on me. He was happy when he finally got his food because I made sure that his food was cooked now. And he got his food within like 10 minutes. So now he's happy. He feels bad. I'm forgiving because I know that Lord Paul was purging. But it's still funny. My 3D Gabby, my ego Gabby is like judging this Paul character. And it's like, this is Lord Paul. He wants his fish fry now because he is the blah, blah, blah of this blah, blah, blah. So we need to bow down now and get Lord Paul his fish fry before anybody else gets their fish fry because he is this title that he wears and publicly let everybody know. Lord Paul yelled at me on the phone and Lord Paul yelled at me from downstairs. I know I started off the story that Lord Paul was in the building, but it actually started out as a phone call and then he was in the building yelling from downstairs. I needed to clarify that. It was kind of like merging the two together. But ultimately it started off with a phone call and then it ended with him, being in the building, still being angry, but then feeling kind of upset at himself for being so angry with me. So he came in again the next day, but I wasn't there. he was apologetic, and he ordered food again. So that is the joke of Friday nights now, is to have these lords call, these entitled people call, and, you know, spew out their titles and everything, their ego. So it's a very, there's a lot of ego deaths happening. And when you're aware of what's happening around you, when you're aware, you won't get angry. Not to say that you'll never get angry, because you're human and humans get triggered, right? But once you're more consciously aware of what's happening around you energetically, the shifts, everything that's changing, when you realize that there's a lot of ego death happening, there's a lot of people's shadow sides coming out, when you notice that there are glitches in the matrix and they're glitching in your reality and you're realizing it, all you can do is laugh. All you can do is smile. And then you see the faces of everybody else around you because they're unaware of what you're aware of. It's just, life is actually pretty amazing. But to keep life interesting, I like to let my ego come out every once in a while and play. And when I say that, I mean like calling this gentleman Lord Paul, which is, his real name is Lord something else, but I'm not going to say it because I don't know which employee watches my videos. And then they could show Lord Paul this video and I'd get in trouble. But I just thought it was funny. I'm entitled. I'm entitled, damn it. People need to check those egos. But people are waking up. So those are some challenges that will start occurring in your reality, especially today. The point of going into that whole story was because today is the quarter moon. Today is the day of challenges and hurdles, and I've actually experienced it last week. So I feel like, me personally, I feel like I have a lot of these energetic things that happen to me energetically. I feel like I experience them days in advance, and then when other people experience it, it's when they say they will. Like, for instance, today, most people will probably have these experiences of this, you know, of the moon phase. Blah, 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 blah. Stammering, trying to spit out something. I like got the words right there, right here on the tip of my tongue, but I can't just like. But it's like I experience a lot of energetic stuff in advance. So maybe that was my Friday night last Friday. That was my quarter moon phase last Friday. I just experienced it ahead of time. So maybe I'm feeling so good today because I'm on that Venus energy. There's a lot of stuff happening with Venus. I'm still very rookie when it comes to astrology, but there are a few things that I'm interested in, and there are a few things that come into my awareness, and it validates why I'm feeling certain ways. And I really feel like I'm picking up on that Venus energy. So that air energy, that water energy. It's going to rain today. It's going to storm today. I love storms. You would think that I was like an air sign or maybe even a water sign. I could probably be very close to a water sign. I cusp Cancer. I'm August 5th. I'm a Leo, but I'm on the cusp of Cancer, so I probably have some of those Cancer traits. Anywho, I was actually going to do a live, but it's only 10 o'clock in the morning, and I was going to do it while I was driving, and I was going to attempt to read what you guys are asking me while I'm driving. And then I had this like little voice in the back of my head that kept saying like, I don't really think that's a good idea. And it was going like this, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think you should do it. So that's the image and the words I was hearing. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to listen to you. That's my higher self. She was a little nervous, so I'm not going to do it. I really wanted to. I even thought about parking and doing it, but then I thought, who's going to be on at 10 o'clock in the morning? I'm an early bird, you guys. I get up at like anywhere from, here's my window of waking up, between 2:30 in the morning and 4:30 in the morning. Most of the time I get up at 4:30 in the morning. It's like I have this alarm clock in my head. I seem to wake up every day at 4:36. It's really weird. Look at the clock and it's like that movie Groundhog Day. I'm like 4:36. Seems like I've been waking up at that time for a while now. But then I have a couple days in between where I'll wake up at like 2:36 or like 3:31. There's been times when I've woken up at 4:44. So So me waking up very early, by 10 o'clock, to me, it's like, it's lunchtime. It's noon already. In my body's like, it's noon. So when 7 o'clock hits, it's like, shit, I'm tired. 7 o'clock is like 11 o'clock at night for me. I'm like, fuck, I'm tired. I just want to go to bed. And when I go to bed, I don't mean like I want to go to bed and go to sleep. I just want to lay down in bed. I want to watch some YouTube videos. I want to watch some Netflix or Hulu. Or I want to listen to some binaural beats. It's whatever I'm in the mood for. I never really just go to bed. But I like to lay in bed and just listen to stuff. Sometimes if I've recorded a video, I like to edit while I'm laying in bed. Sometimes I even like to listen to just whatever is in my favorites list on my music on my YouTube channel. I think it's public. I think if you guys ever wanted to kind of see what kind of music I like everything. A little bit of everything. My favorite kind of music would be freestyle dance music. So much so that I married a freestyle recording artist. He's not as big as Stevie B or Lisa or TKA, but second generation, and we've toured and we've done so many shows for them. So many shows that I was, all those years of being on the road, I made such a great connection with so many of those artists that I created my own booking agency for them. Like I could book them and make money on the side, booking artists like Stevie B and TKA and Lisa. I haven't done it in a very long time. I still do it for, there's only 2 investors that I work with now that I'll probably always work with until they stop doing music. I don't network or market freestyle music anymore. I kind of took myself out of the business as I went through this awakening. I needed to, because the music industry, the entertainment industry is a very harsh industry. And it's weird because when I first got into it, I thought I was gonna love it. So I was like, they sing about love, because freestyle dance music is a lot of music. Oh, I see you over there, Mr. Officer, trying to hide. They always try to be so sneaky. Anyways, I always thought that music, because music makes you happy, it makes you dance, and then the kind of music I like has to sing, sometimes it sings about love and relationships, sometimes it sings about breakups too. So I always thought it was like, oh, this is the ideal indie to be in, the freestyle genre. Boy, was I wrong. So much competition behind the scenes, so many things that fans don't know. And I got wrapped up in it so bad that it just got real ugly at one point. And I didn't like that aspect of me. I didn't like the ugly that it was bringing out. It made me, because I only have really 2 sides. If I'm happy, I'm really happy. If I'm, 3 sides. If I'm sad, I'm really sad. If I'm angry, I'm not just angry, I'm really fucking angry, like evil angry. I don't like to get angry because I don't like where I go. I go dark when I go angry. There is no in between. It's either mad and really mad, happy or really happy. It's like I don't know, like an overzealous feeling when you're happy. It's like, ah, it's like a loud and just like, I don't know. I guess that's just my personality. But I've been working on trying to find a gray area. And it's not really easy because it's like when you're mad, and I'm so used to being like really fucking mad, I find myself biting my tongue or clenching down on my jaw, and then I can feel the tension. I'm like, oh, I gotta stop this. I don't know. And this is just like enemies, and it's a competition. And I said, this is not for me. Back in the day, I was big on competition. No matter what field I was in of work. So if it was in the music industry and I had to get bookings, I worked with the best, I booked the best, and I made my money. When I was selling and working in real estate, I was one of the top renters, because I didn't sell, I rented in real estate. I was one of the top renters. I was the one that was always getting the bonuses. So I was really competitive. I was like, oh, you're challenging me? Game on. I got this and I'm going to win it. Now, when people challenge me, I'm like, girl, bye. You can have it. I don't want it that bad. I don't want anything that bad. You know what I want? I want peace. I want happiness and love. And I find that I'm more of an observer than anything. Like I'm not up for a challenge anymore. Like I don't really care about challenges. So I took myself out of the music industry because of all of that hate and stuff like that. But I don't even know why I was sharing that. I think there was a point, but I forgot. I don't know. I just kind of like I rolled into work and I forgot what I was talking about. It's like a total brain fart right now. Like my brain just went, bleh. It's like somebody unplugged me and it's like it's rebooting. So I'm not there yet. I don't know what I was talking about. But I know as soon as I press stop and I start walking into that building, I'm going to be like, damn, that's what I was talking about. That my point was. And then it's going to be too late. So anyways, I'm here. I'm ready for the challenge. Even though I just said I'm not up for challenges, but I'm ready for the challenge. What's going to come at me because I'm going to overcome it. That's what I mean. But when it comes to winning something and fighting for something and competing against something, those are challenges I'm not up for. I'm not up for competing. Competition, you can have it. It's not my game. But yeah, man, it's kind of dead. I mean, I am kind of early. Only because I have no staff. And I know that stuff needs to get prepped and I need to know who's going to prep it, if it's going to be me or the kitchen. I had a couple of people ask how my shoulder pain is, and I'm working on it. I am. So there was I changed my perception and of how I'm feeling and how I'm, I need to watch my words. I need to remember how divine I am because I forget sometimes. And I say things that I don't mean, and sometimes even, wow, there's a blackbird. Sometimes I say them too jokingly, and even in jokingly, it can manifest. So I need to watch my words. But I'm healing. I got to sleep a little bit better last night. I did rub more of that spirit water on my shoulder today. And it feels so much better. At least I can raise my arm up a little bit more. I can actually turn my head. Yesterday I had a really hard time turning my head and had a really hard time looking down. I mean, it hurts still to look down, but at least I can do it. There's a lot of popping and cracking that I feel in my neck and my shoulder. So I know that the inflammation is going down and something is being released and it's healing. So I'm going to be better within the next couple of days. I'm still wearing my TENS unit because it feels like whatever is here traveled down my spine is lingering in my tailbone right now, you know, kind of like my hips. So these are my challenges for today. These are my hurdles that I have to overcome. And for me, it's that I have to learn how to take care of myself and love myself and try to pace myself. My job is to pace myself. Maybe that is why I was guided to wear these suckers today, is to pace myself. Instead of walking around really fast in my sneakers and trying to get everything done at one time or in one day, today I'm being guided to pace myself, even on a day that is going to be, is predicted to be a very busy day, is to pace myself, take my time, don't get flustered, don't get overwhelmed, and be the leader, the captain of the ship to make sure that we don't sink and, you know, everybody else stays afloat with me. So for me, that's what that's, you know, that symbolically, that's what it is for me today. So try to figure out what these hurdles could be for you, and be aware of them, be aware of your surroundings, and just be aware of your emotions and how you're feeling. Be aware of your vibration, because energy flows where awareness goes. So, you know, be more conscious of your thoughts, of your words, of what you're thinking and what you're saying, and think and say words and thoughts with love. All right, guys, I'm going to head inside. I love you bunches. Mwah, 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 mwah.